Greetings, people of the world! Matthew back with you here in Overall Autism for the continuation of Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV, A Realm Reborn. It is Year 2, Day 27 for EDSS and The Realm Reborn. And last time, we successfully completed the main story of Patch 2.2, but were given an ominous warning about what could be happening as the main story continues. But before we start going into Patch 2.3, we're now taking on a start of a whole new series of challenges that will feature some eccentric characters that we'll meet as we continue on with our Let's Play here in Year 2. So, we started the first part of this particular series of challenges involving these eccentric characters by helping out a Mikote named Nashu Makaraka, who was the assistant to a famous inspector by the name of Hildebrand, and asked us to go investigate some zombie sightings here in Thanalan, which we did, and so now, having gained some information about it, we're now going to meet up with Nashu here in southern Thanalan, specifically in the Sigoli Deserts, and it's in a spot that's actually about as far south in Thanalan and in Eorzea as you can get. Because, yeah, for the most part, Thanalan is pretty much like what you would expect the Australian outback to look like, but this is all pure deserts. This big, hunking piece of real estate right here. This is all pure sand deserts. And so, it's through this particular harsh and terrible landscape that we have to get to rendezvous with Miss Nashu Makaraka. So we'll make our way there and see what exactly the parchment that we gave to her after we met up with the zombie sighting, after we had that particular encounter. We'll see what exactly we're going to be dealing with when it comes to the clue that we found. So hopefully it'll lead us in the right direction. So by the looks of it seems like we're going up towards this direction, I do believe. Yes, here's Nashu right here. Yes, here's Nashu, still in her creepy outfits that reveals a little too much skin up high, but... and I don't think one rose is enough to cover it. She's going to need a second rose corsage. Nashu? I don't think I misread the map. Maybe they're just shy, though. I say we call out to them and let them know we come in peace. And when the leader shows himself, we strike! What will you call out? Well, we want to call out what the zombies were saying when we were fighting them, and what it said on the parchment. A gentleman is, rather than does. And no sooner do we say that, who summons the gentle dead men? Well, hopefully we didn't say anything off-putting. And suddenly we're surrounded. They live, and we hunger. Don't worry, you have the Warrior of Light on your side, Nashu. I've got your back, girl. No one can defeat the Warrior of Light. My brothers, lend me your ears. A gentleman does not dine upon his guests. And suddenly they look up. And we find this guy balancing on a pinnacle. Well, spare this fine gentleman and fair lady your mastications. Withdraw, I say, and harass them no more. And he's just posing as everyone else, but yeah, apparently Nashu recognizes this particular individual with a Superman-like reference made here. We hear and we obey. Wow. Ouch. Yeah, he definitely falls like a zombie too. And his clothes are all tattered and torn. It is really you! I knew nothing could kill the great Inspector Hildebrand! Yeah, apparently that's him. Hildebrand? Who is this Hildebrand of whom you speak? My name is Zombie Brand, Devourer of Brains, Undead Overlord Extraordinaire! What are you saying? You're not an undead overlord, you're a gentleman inspector. Inspector? Overlord? Inspector? Overlord? Oh, Inspector, you're just confused as all. Don't worry, I'll knock some sense back into that noggin of yours. With what appears to be coconuts? Stay your hand, my lady. You know not what you do. Oh, those are bombs. Even if I were the esteemed gentleman you purport me to be, the concussive force of the blast is more like to liquefy my... If crashing to the ground made you forget, then an explosion of equal force ought to make you remember. I'll save you, Inspector, or kill you trying. See? Even you acknowledge the possibility that this plan will result in my... yeah, you're throwing bombs at someone. And the shotgun attack is obvious! Boom goes the dynamite. Is this how you solve all your problems, Nashu? By throwing bombs at people? Look, now he's worse. He's not better, he's worse. You're like, get me out of here! I'm not an ostrich! Normally I would applaud your ingenuity, Nashu, but I would have preferred that you found a more elegant solution. Indeed. Ha! He remembers me! Inspector Hildebrand remembers me! Yes, I remember you, my faithful assistant. What I do not quite remember is how I came to be here. Yeah, but guess how we're gonna find out how we got here. Echo! Stop! Echo time! Dun, 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 dun. And Nashu in the rain again. And as she walks away, clearly disheartened, away she went. And as the rain falls upon Fenelon, which it doesn't do often, but when it rains, it pours. And at the grave of one Hildebrand Mandeville, he emerges! He extricates himself from the ground! All torn and tattered, and looking very worse for wear. But how did you pull yourself out of the coffin that you were in there, Hildebrand? Did you do what the bride did in, like, Kill Bill Volume 2 or something? Oh, such a wonderful dream. I slew a dragon and... Well, that must have been quite the dream if you've been unconscious for 5 years. And no vultures came to eat you? And anything else like that? What is this place? And for that matter, who am I? Well, I know who you are, and you're none of my business. I know you're a friend of mine, but I'd rather you not interrupt a recording of mine. And these will be the zombies that I guess he was coercing with. Hello there. We've come to claim your soul. And everything else. He sees the shield. He sees the sword. And they actually friended him rather than ate him. Like, really good look there! You extricated yourself from your own grave! And then... So this is where it started. That's where the posing began. Like, thank you everyone, thank you! And he's doing it again. I, Hildebrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire, have awoken at last. I knew you'd always come back to us! Be it Red Moon or Black Dragon, no fiend is a match for my legendary might. And who might this fine gentleman be, Could he perhaps be one of my many admire? No, that's not actually who I am. Oh, but what is this faint tingling sensation in my arm? This ring in my ears? This dizziness? Could it be a case? Well, why don't we find out? Let's move on now that we have knocked some sense into Hildebrand Mandeville. Yeah, Nashu, you have a very crude but effective way of pretty much knocking someone back to their senses. Just don't do it near me, okay? So let's speak with Hildebrand and take on his challenge entitled Back in the Saddle. A mild concussion will not sway Inspector Hildebrand from his true calling. Verily, it could be of naught else. Someone nearby disastrously doing so on foot, and only I can thwart them. Copious quantities of sand, unbearable heat. Aha! The Shigoli Desert, I'd bet my life on it. Which means Uldar's but a short trek away. Yes, it all fits. Only that den of iniquity could so violently trigger my keen investigator's sense. Fear not, law-abiding citizens. Inspector Hildebrand shall soon deliver you from evil. So for those of you wondering why I'm using the Sean Connery accent, well, think of Hildebrand Mandeville, Inspector Extraordinaire, as a combination of James Bond and Inspector Clouseau. Dresses like James Bond, acts like James Bond, but his style of solving cases is more like Inspector Clouseau from the Pink Panther movies. So, now that we're back in Ulda, we have people to speak to on why or what Hildebrand could be doing. Obviously, we need to try and see if we can get him a new wardrobe, because, yeah, he's definitely seen better days.
Beg your pardon? You wish to question me as to the whereabouts of that deviant running about town dressed in rags? Do I look like a reporter for the Mytholi? I do not consort with perverts!
Wow. You definitely took me the wrong way. Wow. Pervert? I'm sorry, young lady, but that is not who I am. I'm the warrior of light, for crying out loud. You have me confused with someone who's clearly not who I am. What? You're looking for a half-naked Highlander who likes to catch criminals? I don't think I'd remember a thing like that. If you do manage to find this Inspector friend of yours, tell him to do something about that gold-stamped duelist. He mates Paul's cousin's kid's best friend, who lost his blade the other day to that bastard. I guess there's a thief somewhere in Ulda, and we have to go find them. But first, we're going to go here into the Quicksand, the Adventurers Guild here in Ulda, and speak with our last witness. Sorry lad, but if it's information you want, you'd be best served by going to Wymond. The only rumors I've heard about are those of the weapon thief. Calls himself a duelist or so I hear, but when you don't allow your opponents to refuse, well... yeah, it looks like there's definitely a thief out there. So, it seems that the Inspector's senses are on the money. Let's go ahead and speak with Wyman to complete this challenge. I take it you dealt with that zombie problem, eh? So do tell. Just why were they dressing up like dandies? Wymond! Hey, Wymond! Oh, almighty bugging me with a bleeding spear, the dead have risen and they're walking the streets of Uldar! And Nashu's actually in decent attire! Yay! No need for melodrama, my good man. As you can see, reports of my death were greatly exaggerated.
It's true, he's not a zombie, I checked!
By throwing bombs at him! Aye, you do seem to be hale and healthy, which, begs the question, how in the seven hells did you survive that fall? Why question divine providence? What matters is that Eosia's champion has returned, and that he, and by that I mean I, shall bring the thieving duelist to justice. Heard about that, did you? Might be harder than you think. Even I've got no inkling of that fellow's going whereabouts. Inconceivable. I refuse to believe that the ever-inquisitive, ever-ambitious, ever-reliable Wymond is without a single shred of information, not even one of dubious relevance. Well, I'll make no promises, mind you, but there was some talk of a fair maiden what said her most. The knave assaulted a young woman as well! The audacity! I shall fly to the side at... Why, if it isn't the gentleman from the Shigoli. Yeah, I've been looking for you. A serendipitous encounter indeed, unless you too seek the belligerent duelist. Capital! It will be invigorating to engage in a friendly battle of wits. Already the spirit of competition fills me. Come, Nashu, we must away. Nashu, nice to see you in decent attire for a change. Damn it, Hildy, I told you the lass's name yet. Yeah, we haven't heard about the name yet, did we? Well, I'm sure he'll have a few ears on it. So let's speak with Wyman again, and take on the challenge entitled After Her Own Heart. Wyman believes it would be best if you assisted Inspector Hildebrand with his investigation. Well, lady, you might as well go after him. He'll be disappointed if you don't. The lady in question is named Yellow Moon. Are we dealing with Sailor Moon? Because if it is, I'm off the case already. She's a woman with a taste for the finer things in life. So it's safe to say you'll find her getting fitted for something in the Weaver's Guild most every day. Good luck with the inspection, Inspector. You're welcome there, Wyman. So, yeah, we want to go to the Weaver's Guild, and that's on the other side of town. So, we're going to expedite the process by taking the nearby Aetherite over to aforementioned Weaver's Guild. Which is right at this part to the left, right here. And so over to the east side of Ul'dah, because we were on the west side of Ul'dah. So, here in the Weaver's Guild, we want to speak with Sailor Moon. I swear, if this woman has twin ponytails that go down the length of her body, I'll be very pissed. Well, she does not have the hairstyle I feared she would. Yay, I'm saved! I'm saved! I don't have to deal with the piece of trash Sailor Moon! I am so happy! I am absolutely ecstatic! Oh, thank goodness! Alright, Yellow Moon, let's talk.
My beloved pure heart was unlike anyone you've ever seen. Elegant, refined, the perfect accessory for any cultured woman. You'll bring it back to me, won't you?
Bring what back? A precious possession, callously ripped from the hands of Shona. Oh yeah, there you are, Hildebrand. The lady weeps and the wind bears her shoulder to his ears. What gentleman could hear this clarion call and not beg the honour of championing her cause?
What in the world?
How did I get switched for Hildebrand? I swear to you, here and now, I, Hildebrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, shall scour all creation, from the deepest pits of the seven hells to the very pinnacle of the heavens, for your pure heart.
What he said?
And you, my fellow servant of justice, I see your instincts are not to be underestimated, having guided you to this fair maiden's side. Now then, Miss Moon, what can you tell us of the theft?
Theft, sir, to be precise. My pure heart was only the most recent item to be taken from me. I'm certain when it had left. I'm certain I had it when I left home the other day. After I browsed the latest fashions at Sunsilk and took in a match at the Colosseum, I realized it was gone.
So the time and the location of the theft are unknown, essential details without which we cannot solve the case. There is but one logical course of action, Miss Moon. To coax the hidden clues from your memories, we must reenact the fateful day's excursion, the Thongsulk Tapestries. And take your bow, Miss Nashu. Away they go. Yeah, we're gonna be following them all over the place. So yeah, Sunsilk's Tapestries is actually not that far from the actual main guild, or the main Aethernet shard in the plaza. So yeah, we can go over here and do that. And away we go again. And Sunsilk Tapestries is actually right next to the Pugilist Guild, just in case you want to know where you can find it. So, Hildebrand? Miss Moon, would you be so kind as to describe your visit in detail on the day in question?
Nothing unusual happened, but if you insist, I was wondering whether or not to purchase a new dress. when a man approached me and confessed his undying love. What sort of man says that to a complete stranger, I ask you? Naturally, I was taken aback. I dropped my purse in shock, not intentionally, on his foot, and he cried out in pain and fled.
Your purse was that heavy? What, do you have bricks in there? If I may be so bold, Miss Moon, that strikes me as a most unusual happening. Yeah, it does. In any case, it appears to be completely unrelated to the theft. Let us next proceed to the Colosseum and see what you remember. Hey there, Nashu, don't fall asleep. And what was this gentleman doing inspecting the crates there? I guess Nashu was covering the goods, protecting them before she dozed off. Just the observation I'm making. Yeah, we want to go down to the far end here. Yes, here where they are. And more of these crates, along with Hildebrand and Yellow Moon. Alright, next. Once again, Miss Moon, if you'll be so kind as to tell us what you remember.
Well, like before, nothing unusual happened. I felt like gambling that day and was debating which match to observe when a gladiator approached me from behind and confessed his undying love. Naturally, I was taken aback. I whirled about and struck the man in the face with my purse, and in shock, not intentionally. Unfortunately, since I was carrying a tremendous sum of money, my purse weighed about 60 pounds, and the blow was enough to render him unconscious.
120 pounds? Miss Moon, you are a remarkably strong woman. Well, this is a Rogadin we're dealing with. Which is precisely why you were targeted. It's so obvious in hindsight. The thief bore you a grudge. No, it's more than that. He hated you with a passion.
There sure are a lot of giant crates in Ordar, at the Weavers Guild, at Sunsilk Tapestries, and here too.
Is Nashu onto something? I mean, they do seem to work well together. Nashu, what do you make of all this?
These crates are everywhere, Edie. I wonder what's inside, but I don't see how we can open... Ah, of course! I still have plenty of explosives. Here, why don't you try? It'll be fun!
Are you sure, Nashu? Are you really sure? I mean, look, it's even called Nashu's the Light. I can't believe we're actually gonna do this. We're gonna blow up a whole bunch of crates. Oh. Wow, Nashu, you have a lot of instinct. You found I believe you found 3 people that were being held hostage or something. Perhaps to be stowed away and sent somewhere far away. At the heart of every crime rests a single unassailable truth reached only by navigating a web of falsehoods and contradictions. Hearken to me now, for as a shepherd feeds his flock, I shall guide you to my irrefutable conclusion. A gladiator professes his feelings only to be rejected and physically assaulted in response, wounding his pride as a warrior and man. Resenting her prowess whilst recognizing his weakness, he carries out a more feasible vengeance. He robs Yellow Moon of her weapon, the Pure Heart.
Inspector, we found the Pure Heart. These strange men sneaking around in town in wooden crates had it.
Oh, is it? Where is it? I don't see it.
It's not what you think. We're not thieves, we're devotees. Yellow Moon is our sun and stars.
Which is why you're probably dressed up the way you are.
We only wish to keep her safe from harm, and should she misplace an item from time to time, we'd collect it. For safekeeping, nothing untoward. You deviants are behind all the thefts? All this time and you've been stalking me? What nav? Such unbridled fury, such righteous indignation. We should be glad to accept the goddess's punishment.
Means goddess? Devotees? Ah, but of course, that I had you the inspector's crates was a stroke of genius indeed. As I was elucidating but a moment ago, these fiends are obviously the ones responsible for the recent rash of weapon thefts as...
Those thefts were carried out by a single individual, you imbecile.
What do we have here?
Lest you've forgotten, the culprit is a duelist. He only claims his victims' weapons after defeating them in single combat. If your powers of observation are as great as you claim, then you should have deduced that those buffoons in boxes were incapable of such. I should know. I'm a reporter for the Mytholi. My name is Ellie, and I've been investigating these incidents for weeks. Inspector Hildebrand, gentleman investigator, and inquiry, I presume? You're looking well for a dead man. Would you like to meet one of the duelist victims? I'll introduce you with pleasure.
You would be willing to share such precious information with me. Your generosity is commendable, Miss Ellie. May this mark the beginning of a long and beautiful friendship. I don't think you're going to want to take her to bed.
Yes, very good. The name of the man is... Where in the bloody hell do you think you're going? I haven't told you anything yet!
Yeah. He certainly is not all he claims to be, but then again, I did say that this Hildebrand Mandeville is inspired to some extent by Inspector Clouseau from the Pink Panther movies, and so we are definitely seeing the Inspector Clouseau side of Hildebrand Mandeville, and as we keep on going, we'll get to see even more of what he's like in this manner. So with that, I'd like to thank everyone for watching the continuation of Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV, A Realm Reborn. And when I join you again, we will speak with Miss Ellie, as in regarding the information on who we're going to be dealing with this recent string of weapon thefts. So until next time everyone, this is Matthew with Notorious Autism, saying take care, and I'll see you soon.